In this video, I am going to share sa iyo what are the details na chine-check ng Port State Control sa barko regarding sa firefighting arrangement, life-saving appliances, documents, whatever. In this video, we are going to discuss it further. Now, you may want to consider taking down notes or taking screenshots right now. Okay? So, let's get started. Now, simulan po muna natin sa ating firefighting arrangements. Okay? Now, first things first, check fire main, piping, and hydrants for good condition without signs of corrosion or wastage. Check also couplings and valves for leakage. Okay? Very basic. Okay? Next naman natin is you have to check fire pumps including prime mover in engine room. Assist ka, patulong ka kina second engineer and fourth engineer regarding this matter for proper working condition and sufficient delivery of water pressure. Tama po yung PSI na pumapasok sa iyong linyada. Okay? Letter C. Okay? Check po ninyo ang inyong emergency fire pump including prime mover for proper working condition with sufficient suction and water pressure to be delivered. Check whether crew in charge is aware of starting procedures. Now po sa dati ko pong barko, can I just share na naglalagay kami ng instructions na naka-laminate on how to operate ang emergency fire pump. Okay? So, may power, tapos may pump sa ibaba. Okay? And then, naglagay kami ng instruction, ng number. Ito yung number 1. First, step 1. Ito yung step 2. Okay? So, para hindi po mahirapan yung, let's say, the cadet ang magsisimula ng emergency fire pump in case na ang main fire pump is pumalya. Okay? So, tuloy tayo. Letter D is check all fire stations with required equipment of hoses, nozzles, spanners for amount and good condition, nozzle spray adjustment, workable, and hoses without deterioration. Walang kalawang, okay? Walang kalawang, walang dumi, and also kompleto ang inyong mga gamit. Now, for those of you who don't know po, yung tanso na ginagamit po para po sa ating mga nozzle, sa atin pong mga spanners, yung mga pangtakip sa, yung sa valvula, okay, may coupling kasi doon, okay? Just so you know po, pwede pong nakawin yan sa barko ng mga stevedores, ng mga cargo surveyors, especially pag nasa Africa ka. Okay, way back in the day, binigyan kami ng abiso na kailangan itago daw namin yung aming mga some of our couplings, pati spanners. Okay? Tatakpan daw yung takip. I should say, let me rephrase that one. Okay? Kukunin daw namin yung aming mga spanners, yung mga takip sa linyada because again, nanakawin daw. Which is true because may mga incident way back in the day sa Africa na ninanakaw ng mga stevedores yung mga spanners ng kabilang barko, binebenta nila. So, again, okay, take into consideration din na baka mamaya manakaw ang inyong mga equipment sa gilid-gilid ng mga, 'di ba, sa gilid-gilid ng inyong mga bodega, okay? Or maybe kung container ka, tignan mo yung iyong deck. Baka mamaya, 'di ba, pinuputol nila, ginugupit nila yung fire hose mo, tapos kukunin yung tanso, delikado ka diyan. Okay? So, again, be aware lang. Okay? Letter E, check portable fire extinguishers for amount and good condition, including due dates for required servicing. Okay? Yung iyong portable fire extinguisher is wala pong leak. Okay, wala pong leak, walang kalawang, walang damage. Kasi may mga port state control po na maaarte na makita lang yung konting damage, palit agad. Okay? May mga ganyan. Letter F, check fireman's outfit for amount, condition, and ready availability, including breathing apparatus with spare air bottles and their filling status. Again, tayo pong mga third mate or future third mate, which is ikaw, required ka po na check-in ang pressure ng iyong mga botelya. Okay, so pagsuot, dapat po 200 bars. Okay, so pagsuot po ni fireman, okay, dapat po okay ang pressure, nasa green. Pag nasa red, kabahan ka. Okay, pumalya ka. Okay, you're not maintaining yung iyong mga botelya. Okay, letter G, check fixed firefighting system, okay, for engine room and cargo spaces for proper working condition, filling status of gas bottles, okay, check availability of last test records of the system, okay, work with the engineers, okay. Now, sa kaso ko po dati sa barko, we always check ang aming fixed firefighting system weekly. Ganun kami ka-stricto way back in the day. Weekly po namin lahat sa buong deck. Okay? I mean, hindi naman lahat actually. Okay, but in a span of 1 month, kailangan lahat yan matitest. Okay? By deck and by level. Okay? By department and as well. Engine department and deck department. Okay? Next is check all fire extinguishing arrangement in paint locker with equipment as required to be in place and in good working condition. Now, ito pong fire extinguishing arrangement in paint locker, minsan po kasi nadudumihan ng pintura nila ng mga AB na pabaya, 'di ba, yung walang pakialam sa firefighting equipment. Ang suggestion po dito is at least, 'di ba, takpan po ng plastic. Okay? Kasi minsan kasi nadudumihan ng pintura eh. Okay? So, again, okay, sa mga AB po natin dyan, konting consideration lamang po sa ating mga opisyal. Okay? Na minsan, kung makapaglinis kayo ng pintura ninyo, tinatapik-tapik nyo pa hanggang doon sa may fire extinguisher. So, ang dumi na tignan ngayon. O, pati yung mismong label, pati yung mismong sulatan ng pang pirma ko is hindi ko na mabasa. Okay, so kailangan ko takpan ng plastic ngayon. And at the same time, I have to call out si Master then about dyan. May mga abusado kasing AB. Okay, so ikaw pag nag-third mate ka na in the future, kailangan alam mo rin kung, 'di ba, kailan magko-complaint. Okay? Pag hindi na okay, parang abusado na, then magreklamo ka. Okay? Check all fire, letter I, check all fire dampers, doors, and ventilation closing appliances for proper working, including gaskets, handles, and screws, and other mechanical devices. Check quick closing devices. Check availability of the international shore connection, okay, including reducer piece with appropriate bolts and nuts. Okay? So, ito po yung mga chine-check. Okay? Mainly ni Port State Control sa iyong firefighting arrangement. Okay? So, easy peasy. Okay? Tuloy tayo. Next natin. Okay. Next naman natin is life-saving appliances. Okay? Letter A, check condition of lifeboats or rescue boats, very basic, with all parts for proper condition without rust and wastage, weather blocks, and release mechanisms are properly maintained and greased as necessary. And wire falls are in good condition. Okay, walang mga kalat-kalat na dumi or fragments, and turned or renewed as required. Check availability of records about renewal of falls. Now, coordinate ka kay chief mate kung kailan kayo magre-renew nung falls or kailan ni-renew yung falls. Okay? Or ang inyong mga kable. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya, 'di ba, nagkakandak kayo ng drill, biglang maputol ang iyong falls, okay, makadisgrasya kayo ng tao. Letter B, check lifeboat, rescue boat inventory about completeness, good condition, dates of expiry for pyrotechnics and foodstuff rations. Okay, walang expired na pagkain, walang nawawalang, again, kasi pwedeng nakawin yan. Okay, so walang nawawalang mga gamit sa loob ng iyong rescue boat and lifeboat. Okay, check launching arrangement for lifeboat or rescue boat for good condition without wastage, including embarkation ladders and illuminations for launching and embarkation area. No need to explain, very easy. Check lifeboat or rescue boat engines for smooth starting and working condition and that the crew is aware of starting procedures. Again, naglalagay kami ng starting procedures doon po sa inyong master station or sa inyo pong kung nasan po ang inyong lifeboat station or rescue boat station. Naglalagay kami ng starting procedure, paano po ini-start ang rescue boat or lifeboat engine. Okay, at the same time naman po, every drill naman po weekly is pina-familiarize ang crew paano simulan or paano i-start ang rescue boat engine. Okay, so again, it would be a lot better kung meron din tayong online fourth engineer, hindi lang online third mate. Okay, so at least kaya niya akong backupan. Okay, because ito, teritoryo ng mga makinista ito. Okay? At the same time din kasi, mas may visualization sila because I don't have notes or I don't have the proper na, alam mo yun, yung engine equipment regarding that matter. Okay? Letter E, check condition of life rafts. Okay? With hydrostatic release and launching arrangement including due dates for required servicing. Okay? Check life buoys, man overboard buoys for amount and good condition. Check life jackets, check line throwing appliances, check parachute signals. Okay, check immersion suits and thermal protective aids for amount and condition including lights or other special attachments. Now, yung sa immersion suit po, may zipper po yan sa gitna. Okay? Now, yung immersion suit po, yung zipper po niya, make sure po na nagagalaw po yon smoothly. Okay? Smoothly po ang paggalaw doon sa zipper ng immersion suit. Okay? Dapat po less than 2 minutes, ang isang seafarer would be able to don an immersion suit with life jacket. Okay? Yan yung minimum standard sa SOLAS. Okay? That's the part sa life-saving appliances. Next step naman natin. Safety in general. Check availability of up-to-date fire control plans. Again, I've made a video about this one as well. Okay? Check availability of SOLAS training manual. Again, written in a language understood by all crew members. English po is the national language sa barko. Letter C, check availability of instructions manuals for onboard maintenance of life-saving appliances and whether regular maintenance are recorded. Again, may library po tayo sa barko. Letter D, check availability of operating instructions for life-saving appliances posted on scene. Again, nabanggit ko kanina. Check whether regular drills for firefightings and ship and abandoned ship have been carried out as required and whether they are recorded in the logbook. Third mates and future third mates, sa atin ito. Check whether drills for use of steering gear and switchover procedures have been carried out and relevant instructions are available. Okay, steering gear drill. Okay. Check whether all escape weights are accessible and free of obstructions. Check pilot ladders and related boarding arrangements for good conditions being cleaned and without any damages. Okay? Check availability of up-to-date master list, written a language understood by the crew members and posted in accommodation spaces. Okay? Check public alarm systems as for general alarm, steering gear alarm, and engineer's alarm for unmanned machinery system. In our case, ang general alarm, tinetest namin to almost every noon. Okay? Pag nasa biyahe kami. Okay? Steering gear naman, okay, weekly rin naman namin itong tinetest. Okay? Next natin is requirements regarding load line. Okay, na coordinate ka kay chief mate. Okay? Check bulwarks, handrails, catwalks for corrosion and wastage. Check ventilators, air pipes, and hatch covers for corrosion, wastage, and water tightness, including any closing appliances. Check watertight doors, including gaskets and keyhole closing devices for water tightness. Okay? Check as far as possible watertight integrity of ship's hull. I mean, very basic lang naman. And eto way back in the day po, yung barko ko po dati is nagkaroon po siya ng maling berth na issue. Okay? Nabigyan kami ng maling berth ng pilot and then nung nag-low tide, sumayad yung forepeak tank namin sa lupa doon sa puerto and then pumasok yung tubig. So we have to go dry dock for a while. So ngayon, ang nangyari, binayaran naman kami ng charterer sa damages sa barko pero we have to make sure na ang hull integrity is tight. Okay. Okay, walang pumapasok, walang water ingress. Okay, na tinatawag. Or yung entry ng tubig sa loob ng iyong spaces. Okay? So we have to check those things. In our case, tinakpan namin ng semento yung aming barko for a while. Yung area kung nasaan yung water ingress. Navigation equipment, check nautical publications including pilot books, charts, light lists, sailing directions, tide tables. Okay, kailangan lahat po ito is updated. Okay? Updated to the latest amendments. Check navigational instruments. Okay? Operational condition dapat sila. Steering gear dapat, 'di ba, including rudder angle indicator as well as emergency steering gear including switch over devices for operating conditions and instructions for handling posted in vicinity. Kailangan po ang ating rudder angle indicator, okay, is in operational capacity rin as well. Navigation lights and daylight signaling devices or ALDIS lamp, operational condition. Check radio direction finder for operational condition including updating of calibration table. Okay? Check yung radio direction finder. Okay? Still dapat nasa operating condition. Okay? Radio equipment, GMDSS. Okay? Future third mates, para po sa atin ito. Okay? Check working condition of main and reserve transmitting and receiving equipment. Check portable VHF handheld radios. Subukan po ninyo kung gumagana. Pati yung sa survival craft for working condition including batteries with spares. Check radar transponders or yung iyong SART, Search and Rescue Radar Transponder. Check EPIRB, emergency position indicating radio beacon. Okay, for correct and float-free positioning and expiry date of batteries. I-test po ninyo ang inyong SART and ang inyong EPIRB sa open water, hindi po sa puerto. Okay? Or sa coast. No. Hindi po ninyo pwedeng gawin yan. Okay? I mean, again, hindi po pwede kasi may mga barko pong gumagawa niyan sa puerto or maybe sa anchorage, okay? Pero hindi po advised ng our company to test those equipment sa puerto. Okay, kasi kahit sila, ina-alert din sila ng coast station na, oy, si ganito nag-alert ng iyong SART, ganyan. So ngayon, pati yung opisina na alerto din. So ang ginagawa namin, sa open sea kami nagte-test. Okay? Now, depende po yan sa kumpanya ninyo kung okay lang. Okay? So that's on our side. MARPOL requirements, check oily water separator system for proper working condition. Check 15 ppm alarm system. Pag nag 15 ppm na parts per million, bam, mag-a-alarm na. Check condition of all piping arrangement. Check availability of the oil record book and correctness of the required entries. Check availability of specially required manuals for tankers. Tankers po ito ha. Check availability of the SOPEP or Shipboard Oil Pollution Emergency Plan. Okay, check level of engine room bilges and other machinery area for excessive oil contents. Now, some of you would say, Phil, Diyos ko, Phil, pang mix na to ng engineer and also ng chief mate and master. Yes, I know, sinadya ko talaga to. You know why? Because one day, okay, darating yung time na ikaw naman ang magiging master mariner. Okay? So, kailangan alam mo na to, kadete ka pa lang or third mate ka pa lang. Okay? So, pag position mo na ngayon as chief mate, kahit pa pala medyo na-familiarize ka na. Okay? Siyempre, nahasa ka na sa mga ganitong paperwork. I mean, these checklists are nothing. Okay? I mean, pagkatagalan, masasanay ka rin. Okay? Hull and machinery condition, check as far as possible. Okay? Ship side shell plates for damage, corrosion, wastage, and general watertight integrity. Minsan po may mga tugboat na barumbado. Okay? Na barumbado po sila sa pag-assist sa barko ninyo na boom! Malakas yung contact nila sa barko mo kapag, di ba, magmamaneobrada. So check that one. Baka mamaya may hull breach na pala sa mga forepeak tank ninyo or sa wing ballast tank ninyo. Checkin niyo or maybe sa stools. Checkin niyo rin. Okay? Baka mamaya may access na yung tubig doon, may water ingress na. Okay? Letter B, check structural condition of cargo holds in regard to bulkheads. Again, nabanggit ko rin kanina. Frames, brackets, tank tops, about corrosion, wastage, damages, or cracks. Okay, trim and stability, baka mamaya may crack or maybe sa hull contact or during maneuvering, pwedeng ganyan, galing sa tugboat. Check electric cable arrangements for proper installation and insulation including the main switchboard, again, kay Chief Engineer. Check engine room for general cleanliness in regard to work and fire safety. Check main propulsion system as well as auxiliary engine and power system including emergency arrangements for supply of electric power for proper working condition. Again, these complicated engineering terms is for the engineering department. Pero po, at least bilang isang future third mate, may familiar ka on what's happening around you. Okay, again, kailangan mawala ang civilian mentality mo sa barko. Civilian mentality means na wala kang pakialam sa nangyayari sa paligid mo. Kailangan matanggal yan. Dapat alam mo yung nangyayari sa utak, which is the bridge ng barko, and puso ng barko, which is the engine room. Kailangan may alam ka. Accommodation and living condition, check sanitary facilities in crew, accommodation for cleanliness and proper condition, check sick bay, okay, and medical locker for condition and completeness as required. Again, syempre may pandemic right now. Check ventilation, okay, check ventilation and air conditioning arrangements for proper working condition. Now, yung air condition po natin, meron po tayong filter. Make sure po na mga engineers, okay, ang mga engineers hindi po tamad. Okay, make sure na ang mga engineers is hindi po tamad na mag-ayos ng inyong filter or maglinis ng inyong filter. Okay? Letter D, check galley and provision rooms for cleanliness and possible signs of vermin. Okay, now ito naman po kay Chief Cook and kay Messman. Okay, dapat po maayos ang inyong galley at ang inyong pong storage space. Okay? Last is ship's documents. Okay, check availability, validity, and date range for the next due survey for the following certificates. Now, ito pong mga certificates, okay, ito pong mga certificates is tinatabi po ito ni Master. Okay? Radio certificate, radio station license, class certificate, load line certificate, okay? Safety equipment certificate, safety radio certificate, I.O.P.P, chemical fitness certificate, kung chemical tanker, gas tanker, okay? Compliance certificate for carrying dangerous goods, IMDG, if any, kung general cargo ka, or bulk, okay? Exemption certificate, tonnage certificate, grain loading certificate, and Manning certificate, okay? ito pong mga certificates na ito, na kay master po ito. Okay, so again, tingin-tingin ka lang sa kanya sa pag-process niya. Kung mag-expire na yung aking registry certificate, I need, 'di ba, to contact ang opisina. Tignan mo kung paano siya mag-email sa opisina bilang isang future trader, because one day, okay, ikaw naman yung mag-email sa company na, hey, we need to update the registry certificate. Okay, these are just small moves, pero darating yung time, ikaw naman ang gagawa niyan. Okay, so again, hope you've learned something new. Be happy, be healthy, and sana po nakatulong ako ng malaki sa inyo. Okay, these are the stuff na ang port state control is, di ba, they clap an eyeball on it. Okay, so again, hope you've learned something new. Be happy, be healthy, and most importantly po, to God be all the glory. Ingat po kayong lahat and keep safe po.